Hello, my name is Geogen and welcome back to World of Tanks. We're on the Tiger 1 today, and I've already featured a Tiger replay on the channel. But that was the Heavy Tank number 6, which is the Japanese premium Tiger, which is at tier 6, as opposed to the normal Tiger, which sits at tier 7. The main thing about the Tiger that everyone knows is the fact that it has a really good gun, 88mm with 203 penetration, slightly more, I believe 237 with APCR, and then it also has high explosive, of course. The gun is the biggest strength of this vehicle. It's accurate, has a great rate of fire, penetration is good for its tier. Tier 9s will absorb it from the front, however, but it is nonetheless a good gun. The hull armour and the turret armour, however, are only 100mm thick. So, a T69, for example, will go through the side of the track, tracking you in place and immobilizing you whilst dealing damage. So in this case, I decided to repair and get the hell out of there. I do not want to be pinned in place for that exact reason, because of artillery. Now, pause here. You may have had a game like this in the past, where it's just been a disaster. You've had your tracks blown off, you've been caught out of position, you had to repair and get out of that. Whilst you're retreating, artillery lands on you and damages a key component of your vehicle in terms of its battle effectiveness. This time, the ammo rack's been damaged, and this is bad for several reasons. One, your rate of fire goes down, and two, if they hit you in the ammo rack again, it's likely it will explode, and you will die instantaneously. So, when I was playing this, I remember not feeling great things for this game, but let's resume at full speed and see what I can do to make the situation better. So we're only on a third of our hit points now. We've lost 2/3, but we still have the majority of our ammunition and a good gun, and thankfully our engine hasn't been knocked out, because otherwise we would not be going 40 km an hour down this hill. Now I know there was a a T69, which is an autoloader at tier 8 on that hill, and I'm scouting around trying to get shots on targets towards the bridge. However, the Tiger 1, which is spotted, is behind the map. T69's back up. We unfortunately miss. Me talking about the great accuracy of the gun. It does have quite a long aim time though. Something you have to deal with. And we took a bounce. The accuracy again failed me there. And now the situation has got even worse. We're on 265 hit points. Our engine's knocked out, or damaged, so our mobility is reduced, and we still got a damaged ammo rack. We do manage to hit the 5100 in the rear though. 5100, French heavy tank, doesn't have heavy tank armour, so we go straight through the rear. Unfortunately, the shot goes slightly to the left and we track him in place, whilst getting tracked by a Type. No, it's not a Type. It is a T-25/2, an American tank destroyer of tier 7. However, he appears to only have the stock gun from the Jackson 46, and we're actually absorbing fire. Now, the armour is flat, and it is 100mm thick, which is quite thin. Considering a T-29 has a 279mm turret, you're not going to win any contest in terms of armour. However, we still managed to bounce. And at this point in the game, where I'm only on 265 hit points, I'm actually quite surprised. And the team are actually winning. Half of the team are dead. We've got a 6-2 tank advantage. We have 6 of their tanks killed, with only 2 of ours lost. All of our tier 8s are still in play, along with a crippled Tiger 1, driven by myself. We see a target on the left, and 41 walk aboard it, and we shut him down. Close range, and he was going quite slowly. we managed to pick up the kill. Panther 88 was going to come down the hill and probably kill us there and now. Thankfully, some covering fire from Strash in the AT-7 make sure we continue the game. So, oh, T-69 back up. He puts a shot, 2 shots, bounced. Misses his 3rd. And his 4th tracks us and does damage, so now we're on 29 hit points. And we're in a very immobile position. We're in boggy ground and we have to climb uphill in order to do anything. However, that T-69, who was harassing me the entire game thus far, finally gets taken down. And there's only 5 enemy tanks remaining. We've also done 1290 damage, which is okay. It's not brilliant. If we had a fully operational Tiger, we would be able to rack up the damage with the great rate of fire. An IS has been spotted, but he's in the town behind a lot of cover. Now, way back when, the Tiger 1 used to have a pretty low rate of fire. It still had the 203 penetration and the same alpha damage. The Wargaming decided to buff the rate of fire, and now the machine is much more nice to play compared to when I first got the vehicle. I don't know when that was. I've been playing this a long time now. I can't actually remember when I first unlocked the Tiger, but like many people, it was the first tier 7 heavy tank that I got. Enemy tank behind some cover there, T-43. I can't kill him. Thankfully teammates do. And lastly, a Lorraine 155-50, part of the same platoon with that M12 who completely ruined me, gets taken down. And that is game over. We'll just have a quick look at post-game statistics. So, post-game statistics, and this is surprising, as I've called it, surprisingly bouncy. I got a 2nd class ace, or 2nd class mastery badge, which, you know, it's not brilliant, but I'll take it, considering the horrendous beginning to this game. We got a shell proof, so have total damage blocked by armor exceed the hit points of your vehicle. We gained 36,000 credits, 2,450 experience, times 2 minutes a day, first minute a day, and the steel wool, which I do get in the Tiger in tier 7 games when I'm fighting tier 5s, but it's bizarre to see it in a tier 8 game, and tier 9 games especially. So team score wise, I got 3rd on the team, and that really surprised me. So this AMX Burning 57, which is that Wargaming esports tank, which cost like €50 or whatever, he did very well. He had 2,674 experience in a tier 7 light tank, 4 kills, 1,300 base experience, so well done to you. Meanwhile, T-44 as well, he got almost 3,000 and 5 kills, so great game for him as well. And then me with 1,290 damage, which seems a bit low, considering there's a bunch of other vehicles on the team which did around the same amount of damage, if not more, like that AT-7 who did some nice covering fire. Meanwhile, on the other team, this Lerva had a cracking game, but unfortunately his team lost. Now, the detailed report, we only fired 10 shots, 7 hits and 6 penetrated, so the gun's penetration is more than decent. However, slightly inaccurate for some reason. Maybe just RNG did not like me that day. But what's done is done, and you just have to get over it. Damage done, as I said, almost 1,300. Some of that, well, the majority of that from quite a distance. We got hit 14 times, and only 5 of which penetrated, and we survived. So 9 non-penetrations on a Tiger 1. That is surprising. And we blocked 1,700 damage. Now I know the type, it's not even called that, the T-69 doesn't have great penetration unless it's using heat. But the Tiger 1 doesn't have great armor, so most surprising indeed. and then the rest of the stats you can see for yourself. I hope you enjoyed the video, folks, and if you did, please be sure to give it a like down below, and perhaps tell me your thoughts on the Tiger 1. Do you like it? Do you think it's underrated? Do you think it's overrated? Do you think it is a buff or a nerf in some respects? Tell me your thoughts below. If you haven't subscribed and you're watching this channel for the first time and you did enjoy it, please consider giving your support via subscribing. That would be brilliant. I'll be sure to make more videos like this in the future. Anyhow, as always, I've been Geogen and this has been World of Tanks, and I'll see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.